When you think of a digital nomad, you probably think of someone working from a cafe in Argentina, or someone exploring Machu Picchu on a Tuesday, or even someone taking a stroll on the Cinta Costera in Panama. And that was my life until I had to move back to Canada a few months ago. Considering I'm a digital nomad, my life right now isn't as sexy as one would think it is. I'm literally 25 years old, about to turn 26, and living in my parents' basement. A few months ago, I was living in Argentina. I spent 4 months there. Before that, I was in Panama for a week, and after that, I was in Colombia for a week. And while I was down there, I was about $67 in the red. And before you think Argentina is some expensive place that you can't even afford on a Canadian income, that's not true. Honestly, a big part of my problem was business expenses. That was about $60 of what I was wasting my money on. I also didn't get a phone plan down there, which was stupid because that was about $600 a month. So between those two things, I could have stayed in the green for sure, and I could have sustained it, but I wanted to get this YouTube channel started up. Before this one that I'm recording for right now, I had a fitness channel, and with the fitness channel, I was trying to start a coaching business. A lot of my expenses were getting training and coaching for that and trying to get that started up. So being so much in the red, I had to come home and start accumulating some savings and get that emergency fund built back up. Ideally, I would have come back to Canada, caught up with some family members, and enjoyed the summer here, and then go back down south probably around this time of year again. However, since I was so deep in the red in Argentina, I got to stay here a little bit longer and save up some more cash just to build up the reserves a bit. I also dropped $13,000 on a residency for Panama. Now, this is an investment because of the tax benefits that I'll get from being a Panama resident. However, right now, since I'm not seeing those yet, I have to spend a few more months at home just so I can save up my money and make up for that expense. I'll go over the lessons that I've learned from all this in a second, but before I do, I need to go get a workout in. I may be stuck at home right now, but if I want to level up my life, I need to level up myself first.
We're getting down, we're getting low.
So the first lesson that I learned from all of this is I should have done more research on Argentina. The neighborhood that I went to was a great neighborhood, but it was more of like a party scene. And honestly, if I was in a chapter where I was focusing on dating and like going out and partying, it would have been a great spot. However, I was more in a chapter of trying to build up my business and go hard on that. So I wasn't really going out a whole lot. And since it was like the main party area where people went out, a lot of the food was expensive and it was kind of like priced for that. Where had I known the trains were safe and the subways were safe, I would have went a little bit out of that area and then come in anytime I wanted to go party, but lived for a little bit cheaper around a place that I vibed with. I also invested way too much into my business and into myself. I should have been a little more strategic with that and trying to slow down a bit instead of rushing everything and actually invest a sustainable amount. That way I could have been traveling now instead of being home in Canada. Don't get me wrong, I still would have gone to Argentina as it is an affordable spot. It is a little more expensive than what I was expecting, but it's definitely way cheaper than North America is. But I would have done it a little more frugally and tried to save a little more of my cash. And then the last lesson is I definitely need to keep a much better eye on my finances in the future. I downloaded the app called Monarch that has helped me with this, but I definitely need a budget with it when I'm living on my own and make sure that I'm keeping a better eye on my money so that I don't end up in this situation again. I also need to start making more money outside of my job so that way I can actually live the life that I want to live and sustain it for a long period of time. I plan to stay in Canada until Christmas time. See my family and probably see in the new year, and then right after Christmas head down to Panama. Spend about a month and a half there, firm up my residency and explore the city. I definitely liked it last time I was there, and I was only there a week, so I want to spend more time there. It only takes like a week to firm up the residency, but I just want an excuse to stay there longer. However, Panama is too expensive for me to live there long term at the moment. Again, it's like Latin America's version of Miami. It's a beautiful spot, but it is a little bit more expensive than the rest of the area. The way I look at nomading is kind of like a staircase. You start out at the bottom with a cheap country, and then you build up your income and your lifestyle and just keep progressing into new countries that you can afford, as well as new areas that you can afford. Ideally, I'd be living on the water, but for now, I'm going to have to sacrifice that in order to keep moving my life forward. Right now, I'm thinking either Paraguay or Bolivia for a bit. Those countries are very cheap. I still need to do research on them to see which one would be best for me, but I'm thinking one of those two countries. In a future video, I plan on showing you exactly how I go about planning a move and booking flights, booking Airbnbs, finding a safe neighborhood, and actually finding a place that I want to stay long term down there. The nice thing about it being so cheap is I can live in a very nice apartment with a pool for less than $1,000 a month. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. The apartment will be nicer than my apartment in Argentina, and it'll be $400 or $500 cheaper. I may even get a residency in Paraguay if my finances allow, just because it's such a cheap country. I can stay there for longer than the allotted time that they normally allow, and it also has the tax benefit. So I wouldn't be so reliant on the Panama residency. I would have two. I know this video wasn't a whole lot of value added to you, but I do want to show where I'm starting out. And the idea is, as I improve my lifestyle, you guys can follow the whole journey and I can help you do the same. My goal is to help aspiring and even some current nomads discover how to live this lifestyle and document my own journey of leveling up along the way. So if that sounds like something you want to follow along with, definitely hit subscribe. I'll be posting 2 new videos every single week, so you don't want to miss them.